Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? Hey, wherever you're from in the world. All right, we got another beer and cheese tonight, and we have Robert here. We have Whisky Scout. Thank you for being here, man. We have Miscellaneous Brew Reviews and Bumpy Brewery. Thanks, guys. And of course, Beer Man here. We're gonna try some cheese and beer. What do you think? We've been doing this for 2 years almost, I think. So thanks to Whisky Scout bringing that up. I just thought about that. Yeah, it's been a while. So. And we're actually doing a cheese today, Asiago, and I'm pretty sure Bumpy does not like this cheese, but we're gonna find out today if that's really true and valid. So, Miscellaneous was saying it was his first cheese on beer and cheese, his first show.
Not the first.
So.
Not the first. Yeah, first time, like the first time somebody brought Asiago, Bumpy had it.
Oh, okay.
I think we did another, like we did an Asiago night too, because of his reaction. We're like, fuck, let's give this a whirl.
Nice. All right, so let's get everyone up here. We'll start with Whisky Scout.
Right. Can you still hear me? I had to turn my volume down a little bit. You guys was playing.
Yeah, sound great.
Right. Well, I have Asiago Private Select. They only had 2 at this store. I live in a little town, once again, not a big town. But, I mean, they have a pretty good selection. But they only had 2, and so I chose that one because the other one was in a 3-cheese packet. And it was labeled, but each individual cheese wasn't labeled, and I couldn't figure out which one was Asiago and which one was not. So I was like, well, hell, screw it.
There you go.
Get the one that's labeled as such. And I got a tall grass 8-bit pale ale to go with it. So.
Nice, man.
Go ahead and cut it up and start, or just introduce first?
Go ahead and go ahead and pour it and pour your beer, and then we'll get back to you on everything.
Sounds good then.
That works.
So anyway, this is the last one of my 6-pack. I've been drinking it pretty slowly, so it's lasted me a couple of days. But I like the Tallgrass Brewing Company, and I like their 8-bit pale ale. It's really nice. But we can see it's a typical honey beer color, you know. It's the best way I can describe it, that kind of light honey color. It's very effervescent, and it's got a good, nice, thick head on it.
Nice. Looks great. Yeah, man. All right. Well, thanks, Robert. We'll get back to you on that. Cool. Let's bring up Miscellaneous.
All right. As you all know, I have Asiago cheese, but I got the boar's head. Aged over 6 months. Yeah, it says it's Wisconsin cheese, and it's got the real stamp on it. So yeah, white block, little smaller cut up pieces than the other show, but yeah. Oh, wow. All right, yeah, and I got a New Holland product here. I heard good things about this one. It says, I would assume this bottle date, I don't think it would go bad by 8/30/21, but yeah, this is the Dragon's Milk. This is their Reserve volume, or their Reserve 3. This is the bourbon barrel aged stout with salted caramel. Comes in at 11% ABV in traditional fashion, except for the double barrel, which was, I think, 12.3. I heard good things about this one, and I didn't have the money to spend on, 4-pack of that, 6-pack. So yeah, you got It's a dark brown beer, opaque, one finger head. I'd say more khaki. Should be interesting. Cheers, guys.
Nice, man.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah,
All
man.
right. Thanks, Miscellaneous. Cheers, Bumpy.
Asiago. Mine is Belgioso or Belgioso, Gioso. Whatever it is, it's from Wisconsin. It's award winning. It's aged over 5 months. This one, it has a little opening tab here, which is nice because I don't like trying to cut in to get cheese out when it's like this tight of a package. So that's my Asiago cheese. I'll open it up afterwards. The beer that I'm pairing it with comes from Koss Brewing Company out of Colebrook, New Hampshire. This one is called Saison Vernalis.
Oh,
Comes in at
cool label.
What is the ABV? 6.7% ABV. And it's a hoppy spring Saison ale. This is a very large bottle. It's like a champagne bottle.
Yeah, it is.
24 fluid ounces, I think. 25 fluid ounces. There we go.
Yummy.
Woo! Smells like dandelions.
That's odd.
Blub, blub, blub. All right. Yeah, so it pours a very, very nice, tight, white head. Oh, yeah, this thing, it smells like flowers, grass, and all that stuff. Just very, very aromatic. Nice yellow straw, kind of a lighter gold, maybe more than straw, but very, very bright yellow colors and clear. And there's some carbonation. I can see it anyways. All right. Well,
It's a
cheers.
pretty looking beer.
Good looking beer, yeah. Oh yeah, cheers, dude.
Smell,
Right.
smells a little bit like marijuana and Heineken too.
Bonus points.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. I like that. Okay, anything marijuana to me is good by me. Cool. So I've got the same one as Miscellaneous by Boar's Head. Mine is sell by Feb 2022. I don't know what your age was. I don't know if you said that or not. I might have been doing something. Let's see. So that's what it looks like. It's you saw it already. Breaks nice and easy. Smells funky, very funky. It's on my nose. Okay, so what I have here is a brown ale, straight up. It's 5.5%. It's Warehouse in the Woods, and this is from Matchless Brewing Company out of Tumwater, Washington, I believe. Where are they from? Where is it? Dang it. Can 10/18/21. Why did I not see this before? It is Tumwater, but yeah, Washington. And it's using hops or Sabro. The grain is pale, C40, C80, caramel 80, caramel 40, chocolate. Yeast is American Ale Descriptions, Nutty Chocolate Fall. And it's all kind of fall packed looking. It's more of a, this could have been actually on Ron's show. Now I find one. So I don't know if he's still doing that or not. Right. So it's definitely brown beer, brown ale. It's got real caramel up to it in the pour. Caramel brown, nice big head. That big fat tan head, khaki. It's kind of not really opaque. It's more of a chill hazy kind of darkness. It's brown. Looks brown to me. Yeah. Smells like brown ale. Yeah. They say should go with it, but we'll find out. I don't know. Did a little research, but all right. So let's get back to Whisky Scout. All right.
So dig into them both right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've already started on the beer, so.
Oh, you're fine. It
So
happens.
it's got a nice citrus. Oh, I should say what the ABV is on it. I forgot. It's 5.2%. And it's brewed and canned in Wichita, Kansas. It's a local beer, by the way. Tallgrass is. Anyway, it's got a nice little grapefruity effervescence note to it. It does have a little white bread, kind of white bread crust note that's backing it up in the background. It's really good stuff. I like it. It's not probably only $1 more expensive than if I was to buy a 6-pack of Bud or any of that other stuff. And it's a lot better flavor-wise than the others, trust me. So, but I enjoy the beer. I always have. I mean, I don't know what else to really say other than it's damn good shit for a pale ale. It's not an American pale ale. Don't say anything about IPAs or any of that other stuff. So I just said strictly pale ale. The hops is good too. I can really taste them in the back of my throat. All right. I have cut it up. I cut the end of this off and I have stacked it up. And just from the smell, what I get off of here, stinky feet and dead fish. I'm just, I mean, that's really what I get. Aged 5 months, proudly made in Wisconsin, keep refrigerated. And the date on it is 8/16 of 22, so we're good on the date. But I do. It's like a bad pair of socks that I've wore for 3 days in a row. And yes, I've done that, so I kind of know what it's like. In the Army, we didn't change clothes every day sometimes. I mean, when you're in the field, you do what you do. But there's a fish. It's a weird, like almost a sardine, canned sardines note to it. That's the best way I can really describe that. Smell-wise. Anyway, taste-wise, it doesn't quite taste like it smells. I mean, you still get a little bit of the dirty socks, but you do get some of the milkiness, the creaminess. It's let's get a fresh piece here. It breaks. It doesn't bend very much. I thought it was going to bend a little bit more because it depends on how thick you cut it, I guess. But it does break a little bit more. It does have much more of a milky, it's salty too. A milky, salty note to it, but you still have some of the dirty socks taste. But I say that, but it doesn't detract from the cheese too much. It kind of works. It's kind of one of them stinky cheeses it's not a soft stinky cheese like the Fontanas or whatever they call them that you get in the little wooden thing and you got to put in the oven and
the Brew.
Yeah, some of that stuff. It's not stinky like that. It's more of a dry stink.
It doesn't have that like mildewy mold to it. Yeah.
There you go, Miscellaneous. You hit the nose on the head right there. You're right. It's edible. I have to agree with what we talked about off air about being better on other things. There's a tanginess to it too. It brings a tanginess with it. But in that tanginess, it's still got that wild, bad, and strange, dirty sock foot note. Anyway, it's about what I got, guys. I ain't done this in a while, so it's not like.
No, it was great, actually. And some sardines, man. That was quite an interesting review. That's cool.
If you smell it, I'm not kidding. If you open a can of sardines, just the regular one that's packed in soy, not soy, the oil, maybe it is soybean oil. No, it's cottonseed oil. You just get the ones that are packed in the cottonseed oil. It does have that smell when you open that can.
Right.
It just
nice.
Strange. It's not bad. I like sardines, obviously.
Yeah, so do I. I love them.
Yeah. But it's just
cool. Well, yeah, well, that's
Try
some
them
great
together?
reviews there, man. Oh yeah, try them together. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we ain't giving the scores yet, are we?
No.
Go back to
I don't think
this,
so.
dude.
It's been too long since I've been on here, beer man.
It's
I mean,
that's
Definitely,
okay.
definitely
All right.
a pleasure, man. I got on. I was
Damn,
like,
dude.
oh damn, hell yeah, dude.
Oh man.
they're good together. The citrus notes in the beer offset that tanginess a little bit. I don't think it's great together, but it works. I mean, it's not horrible. We'll just say it works. It's just not maybe the best.
Nice.
Okay, I'm done.
It works.
No more.
It works. That's all that matters. All right, cool, man. Thanks, Whisky Scout, brother. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's get Miscellaneous up here.
All right, so the salted caramel dragon's milk. It's kept a little bit of a head there. It's definitely got legs at 11%. The nose on it. Cheers to you, Cheryl. So, very light roast on this. Cask forward, definitely picking up there's a vanilla and a slight caramel. It almost gives it a playing off of that, like the barrel and the vanilla and that caramel. It almost comes together like butterscotch on the nose. Other than that, that's pretty much it. It's got a nice mild nose to it. It's not too pungent or in your face for 11%. I know I always say that, but this is really mellow for what it is. Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man. I haven't been bringing this up. Sorry.
Big time caramel flavor in this. It's kind of subtle. It starts to rest on the palate. It definitely comes up. Cask is present. Sweet. It does have a sweetness on this beer. I picked it up in the nose when I first opened it, and it kind of did fade off. Yeah, it's more vanilla, whiskey, and that caramel. They come together. Like I said, on the finish, that caramel becomes more dominant, but I almost do, like I say, I get like a butterscotch kind of thing off the front. Roast is there. You can taste it. It's not overbearing, not overdone. Very, very mild bitterness on the finish around the sides, the tip of the tongue. This is damn good. Like I said, I heard good things, like really good things about this one, and so far it's pretty good for Dragon's Milk. You know what I mean? Plain Jane. The whiskey barrel is what I call the cask. I don't.
Yeah, that'd be
Anyway.
good. I think I'd like it.
All right, yeah, the Boar's Head Asiago. So we'll get the block out. Definitely on the nose. There's a sweet, funky, slightly nutty. I don't know what that sweet is. I don't want to say rancid is the wrong word to describe food that you're trying to eat. Just so everybody knows. It's funky. I don't know. Like I said, definitely picking up funk, sweet, nutty. Doesn't smell like it's going to be overly salty, but it probably is. So fairly dry cheese. It breaks a lot different than the really, really hard Asiago cheeses that I've had before. Yeah, but it has been out for what, 19 minutes or 20 minutes or so. I don't like this one. You know, I don't like it. Its texture off the get-go, so I think it's off. Because the one I had before, it was really dry and crumbly. Flavor passes, or the nose, the flavor kind of follows the nose. Definitely get funk. It's a little more umami than sweet on the palate. Milky, slightly chalky, almost like a powdery mouthfeel. Damn. Anyways, yeah, we'll try them together. I just had some cheese, so let's try the beer. And I got noise. It definitely cuts back on the flavors of the beer. That caramel goes away. I'm not gonna say one dominates the other, because this is definitely a contrast. I didn't do any homework. I'm just like sweeter styled stout against a more savory cheese. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna get some more thoughts on this. It's not that it doesn't work. I'm teeter-totter on the fence. It's not bad. I'd say it's above average, but is it great or world class? I don't know. I'm gonna do some more munching and swigging, and yeah, I'll get a score together for you, but not bad. Kind of where I thought it was gonna be at.
Nice. Cool, man. Thank you, Miscellaneous. Right on. All right, let's get to let's get to Bumpy now.
Yeah, as soon as I opened this cheese, I said, "Oh yeah, Asiago," and then I took a bite and I said, "Oh yeah, Asiago." But anyways, both of my items I brought tonight, both the beer and this Asiago cheese, very very potent aromas coming from both. So, yeah, two heavy hitters, definitely going to be in the ring together on this. All I've been smelling is stinky feet from the cheese. So let me. I'm going to go through the beer first. Yeah, the aromas on it. It does have that kind of dandelion, kind of grass, maybe a little bit of like a lemongrass type note in there. It is a bit dank. There's kind of a bit of a skunkiness too. Like I said, it was almost like dank and Heineken together. So this isn't a green bottle, so I'm wondering if it did get light struck at some point. But yeah, it smells like it's gonna have a little bit of a funk to the flavor, kind of almost like a little bit of a woody aroma in there as well. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheesers.
Very light, dry beer. This thing drinks like a champagne, pretty much. Very very effervescent. The flavors are a bit on the barnyard funk, a bit of that horse blanket. There is that lemongrass or a lemon zestiness to this. A little bit of like a peppercorn like flavor as well. Maybe a hint of a little bit of pink bubblegum, a very slight hint of that. There's a like a bittering finish to this. It's like not over the top bitter, but there is this kind of bitterness that does kind of sneak up on the tongue and linger on. A little bit zesty, maybe a little bit woody, kind of on that plane with the bitterness. But yeah, it's definitely a nice, flavorful, funky Saison. All right, this damn cheese. So the closer you get it to your nose, it's definitely it's like socks I've been worn for a long time, and maybe you got swamp foot while you're wearing the socks. There's like a dampness to the aroma, like when your skin on your feet starts to die because it's so wet, and you peel your socks off, and it just kind of you have that kind of skin that just peels off with your socks. It's got that.
God damn.
How wet?
So wet that your skin peels off. It's getting in there real deep. There is that kind of, like Miscellaneous mentioned, a nutty. There is a kind of nutty note in there underneath on this one. We don't have the same cheese, but they're the same style of cheese. Whew. Fingernail polish almost with how much this is biting my nose right now. It doesn't smell like fingernail. I'm just saying the way that it's kind of burning my nose with the aroma. So doing that, I'm going to stop doing that. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
A little bit bland, nutty up front. And then there's that. Hi, Telly. Telly likes this thing. It reminds me of vomit a little bit.
The word rancid.
It's like if you get so drunk and you vomit, but you're too drunk to brush your teeth afterwards, and so then you pass out and you wake up the next day, then you have that like leftover vomit flavor in your mouth. That's kind of what this cheese is kind of finishing with. So it's kind of blandish up front, a little bit nutty, and then it comes on like it kind of goes away from that dead foot sock thing. I mean, that's in the nose, but it does kind of lean away from that, and it goes into vomit. So leaves a nice kind of tangy yuckiness in the back of the throat. I didn't do the cheese flex on this. When I was cutting it, it was very easy to cut. It like just pushed the knife down. It went right through. So I think this is a good melting cheese. You do find it on sandwiches of sorts. Usually like hot sandwiches. The package also, I noticed before we went on, I noticed a little bit of liquid inside the package. So when I put it on my board, the little bit that I did, it did have like a little bit of a dampness, moistness. So it kind of bends, it kind of flexes, but then it does break apart, and on the inside it does look like it's a little bit drier, almost like a Parmesan, but not quite as dry. Looking at a Parmesan on the inside. So, all right, cheese limber.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna because the beginning is just so like mild. It's kind of nutty rubber, and then I'm gonna let it build up before I drink the beer.
Vulcanized
There we go.
rubber.
Get to that vomit. So now it's like a horse blanket that's been vomited on, with a bit of lemongrass, a little bit of peppercorn.
Yeah.
The bitterness has been cut down on. I'm not getting a lot of that kind of woody, zesty, bittering finish. The cheese is kind of still leaving that nice last night vomit flavor in the mouth. I can say this cheese is a lot better than that Willoughby cheese I had. That was disgusting. So I'm able to eat this at least. All right.
There you go.
I still got the
positive
cheese
now.
flavor in my mouth. The flavor just lingers on. Let's see here. Yeah, drinking the beer and then the cheese, the cheese just overtakes, and you're just left with what the cheese does. That's about it. I guess they kind of go together though, if you eat the cheese and drink the beer, because it gives you some of their flavors there for a second.
It mixes your funkiness up.
Yeah.
This beer smells like a Bud Light I had out of a keg at a party one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you good?
I'm done.
You're done?
He looks
What do
down.
you mean? That was
Okay.
that seemed like it took forever.
I like my
I was looking at some stuff too. I was looking at the chat. Sorry about that. All right.
And make sure I brush my teeth tonight.
time to rein it in.
All right, man. Hey, last beer's here, dude. I like Asiago.
Why aren't you here eating it?
Dude.
Spend all this money on beer.
All right, so this beer is hazy because it's hazy. No, it's just hazy. It looks hazy. You can't really see it, but Paul's a question answered. It's just hazy. So going into the nose, roasty, toasty, for real, like nice. A little bit of caramel, little breadiness, a lot of breadiness actually. Little toast bread, yeah, very toasty. Chocolate. It's just a nice, simple brown ale. Very nice. Has kind of a dryness in the smell. There's kind of a, I don't know, like a dry fruit thing. I don't know, something weird. But yeah, looking at it again, brown beer. You can't see through it really. Little light coming through. Good lacing right there. Let's get into the taste. Cheers.
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 Sponge it.
No, it's to start off. It's a medium light body, and it's immediately giving me somewhat of a kind of a caramel sweetness for sure on that. There's a roasty, toasty thing as well. Yeah, it just tastes like a brown ale.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's
No.
soft. It's a soft mouthfeel, though. You know, a nice, soft, creamy mouthfeel. It dries off in the back with kind of a medium fast finish. No alcohol whatsoever. Drinkable as ever. I mean, it's very mouth quenching and thirst quenching and stuff. Kind of nice. Yeah, I like that. Malty, not too many hops there. Yeah. So let's get into the cheese again. We're going to go over it in Beer Man's mouth here. Miscellaneous had this, but I'm going to have it now. We're going to see how this is. It smells funky. It's like a tart, funky, salty, buttery, cheesy, cow milky or something. I don't know. Is it cow milk? I want to say cow milk. It's got that, but it's got like kind of a vinegary smell or something. Like a vinegar pull coming off of it in the aroma.
Milk from cows not treated with RBST.
Hey, there you go. It's very acidic in the nose. It rings right through your nose with the aromas. It's like almost gassy. It has like this gassy acidity that just kind of rings through your nose and up your sinuses. Very nice. Almost like a Parmesan or something, like a really strong Parmesan or something like that. Yeah, let's get into this. Cheers.
Cheers.
Jesus. Dry, crumbly, milky, salty. A lot of the aromas come
I
out.
feel like I got a bad cut of cheese now.
Some citrus though, some acidic citrus. It's definitely it's dry as could be. It's very crumbly and breakup-y. My word, in the mouth. It kind of goes into little pieces. Whoops, one flew on the TV. It's good. I like it. It tastes like a Caesar salad or something like that, or
Oh, wow.
some be go really good on a Caesar salad. I think.
Yeah.
Spritzed over it. Yeah,
I can
kind of
see
tastes
that.
like that.
For sure.
Well, cheese before beer. Let's go. It's already in my mouth. It won't go away. Let's have some more.
You would ruin your Caesar salad.
Oh,
Well, no. The funny thing
Only
is
you, Bumpy.
that Whiskey Scout said he smelled. Well, no, it's sardines, but it's anchovies that are in Caesar
Caesar
dressing.
salad, yeah.
is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Weird, crazy.
And then
You do
Well,
get kind of
he got
Caesar
fish
dressing.
and cheese.
there is a fishiness. It weirdly enough, there is kind of a. I don't know. I guess it's because you said it. My mind's thinking about it. Well, let's get into the beer now with the cheese. Cheers before beer. I'm still trying to bite on a couple pieces.
I gotta get my knife. Oh no, I have a piece.
That's quite nice. This thirst quenching beverage takes away a lot of the salinity, the saltiness, the acidity of the cheese, and brings in more of the creaminess. It breaks it down in the mouth, and you can still taste the brown though, so it's quite nice. I'm getting celery when I mix the two, kind of a celery thing. I don't know, weird. Yeah, lemon came out too. Lemon and celery. That's really strange. Let's go. Let's try and get my mouth down. Let's get some water in my mouth, actually. Get all that cheese off my tongue. Kind of sits there. Well, the beer goes away right away. You can't taste it anymore. So now I'm focusing on the cheese. So I think cheese before beer is definitely the way to go on this one. Although the cheese does get saltier. Your mouth, your palate's already wetted by the beer. So it adds a little bit of looseness to the cheese as you're trying to chew it. So that's kind of a bonus. Yeah, not bad. Brought out the cheese flavor more, actually, the beer did. It'd be really good to have this with something Asiago wise on some meat or something like that with a nice big brown ale or something. Even like a 10% or something like a big imperial brown or something would be really good with this, I think. But yeah, good stuff. Good, very good mix. So I'm glad I did a little research on that. I'm glad that worked. There were other beers in that list though. Saison was one. Yep, Saison was one, and yeah, that's I can't think of the others. IPA, I think, was one of them as well.
IPA, Saison, brown ale,
and Beer de Garde.
Beer de Garde,
Yeah, Beer de Garde.
and Bach, I think, was in there.
And Bach, yes. Yep, you're right. That's off the. If you guys ever want to get up here and do some research, you can go to the generic. Just look up generic cheese and beer pairing, and it'll give you. You can just go. It'll take you right to the link that we go to. I think for the most part, you guys go to the same thing, right? I don't know. I know that's where I go.
I just type it in Google.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
just
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wing it most of the time.
wink. Yeah, good. That's good though. That's good. All
I
right,
think
let's.
I winged it last week.
It's fun to wing it. Then people really see if it really, like some things aren't on list, and not everyone tries everything with everything like we're doing. So it's kind of cool to see if blue cheese actually goes with a fucking beer de garde or whatever the hell it is. But all right, so let's bring up Whisky Scout, man. All right, tell us your last thoughts.
I don't research, but I haven't been on in a long time. I mean,
Oh, you're right.
it's been a while for me, but well, where do I want to start? Let's start with the high score. I like the 8-bit by Tallgrass. I think it's a good pale ale. It's not overly intense like a lot of India pale ales or something like that is. It's more dialed back. It's a little more balanced, I guess. It's not too over the top with the hops and the craziness that you get with some of them. So the beer, I'll go ahead and give a score of I give it a 92 because I kind of like it. I mean, it's not the best. Don't get me wrong, but it's a good, very drinkable beer.
Nice.
I'll start with the beer. We'll go with the cheese. Cheese, I'm going to score an 85 because I think it's good with stuff. I've had it on chicken sandwiches, like mentioned before. I don't know. I've had it on a lot of different things. I've had it shredded on pasta dishes before, so it's good that way. And it crumbles. Usually it's crumbly, but this is more soft. It's not as crumbly as what you guys was mentioning. So I guess it's more like what Bumpy has. But an 85 is the best I can go on it. The pairing, the citrus notes in the beer do help offset some of that funkiness of the cheese, the sock smell. But the sock smell doesn't transfer into the taste to me. It's more heavily in the nose. In the taste, it's like Bumpy said, it's kind of bland up front in a way. But then you start getting the milk, a little bit of that. I mean, yeah, some of the funkiness stays with it, but it's really it's not up front like it is when you smell it on this. I mean, that's intense. But I don't know. 85 is the best I go together. I'll try it one more time. It's just kind of a dull mess. I'll give it an 80 together.
Nice. All
I
right.
don't really think. I mean, it's not bad. An 80 is not a bad score, guys.
No, it's not.
It's just, it's not nothing special. It's just,
Right.
I can drink it, do it. Do I desire to do it after this? No. I'll probably never do it again. But
Yeah.
I've tried it like this, so. No, that's kind of how I feel about it all.
80 on the
And
shit.
to address Leprechaun, I like anchovies on my pizza. So when I order pizza and I don't want to share, I order anchovies on it.
I love anchovies on my pizza, man. They're salty though, but
yeah,
God.
we'd be good friends, beer man.
Oh yeah, it's so good. Yeah,
I liked anchovies on the pizza when I went to New Jersey there with Alex. Sicilian slice.
Oh, yeah,
that was
dude.
good. I ordered an anchovy pizza up here just because I was like, I want to see if it's the same thing. We have different pizza up here than New Jersey. It didn't work for me.
Real buffalo mozzarella and basil and this and
But
anchovies.
now I just don't like anchovies on a plain ham and pineapple or something like that. If you're going to get anchovies on it, I like to have the supreme with everything on it. Then you can put the anchovies on it, and then it's pretty good that way. But
Oh, there you go.
if you just order a pepperoni pizza and put anchovies on it, no, it's.
Oh, I did it with just the anchovy pizza, just cheese and anchovies.
Oh wow! I never tried that just by themselves.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to try.
Fishy. Yeah, but I love fishy. All right. Thanks, Whiskey. All right, man. Let's get miscellaneous up here. All right.
All right. So I'll start with the cheese. The Boar's Head Asiago. It came around a bit. Like I said, initially when I got into the Asiago cheese game, it was a much drier, crumbly cheese. This one seemed to be a little bit more moist. Overall, it's not bad. I wouldn't grade this as like the best Asiago I've had. It's Boar's Head. It's decent product enough. I think, a fair score on this, because there's definitely better Asiago cheeses out there than just Boar's Head. I'll stick this at around like a God damn, it's hard to say. I think a 92.
Nice.
Yeah. Not bad. It's good. Like I said, Caesar salads, pasta. There's definitely things you can do with this fried chicken sandwich, like a BLT chicken sandwich club or something like that.
Nice.
Right up that alley. As for the New Holland Dragon's Milk Reserve 3, the salted caramel. I didn't hit on the body of this beer. It is a fairly thin body beer for traditionally what I'm used to them putting out, the regular Dragon's Milk, a couple of the variants that I've had over the years, but seemed kind of thin. Carbonation hung around a long time in this beer. I think it was hanging out in here for maybe 25 minutes. Tried to swirl and regen, and you could hear it just crispy, crackling. Definitely had a pretty good carbonation to it. It's almost done. It has gotten a fair bit more sweeter as it's warmed up. It's pretty good. It's not going to hit the world class or anything like that, but the caramel flavor comes over well with this. I think they executed it very well for the adjuncts they were going for. I mean, salted caramel. I mean, it's not a salty beer, but definitely caramel dominant. So I'll put this at a 94. It's good. I would send it to you in a beer mill just to get your thoughts on it. Even though this is like your regular old like lottie-dottie grocery store gear that you can find at some places, you know what I mean? The pairing. So they did kind of butt heads a bit, but both the cheese and the beer held their own. Like I said, this is a more sweet, boozy, caramel forward, and that's a little bit more pungent and umami. I will say this about it. They really didn't clash. It's not that they didn't go well together. It wasn't like, oh, you had it and it was just like, oh, this is terrible, never again. I think it went well. I wouldn't say it's top notch or anything. I will say that the cheese made the beer a lot more boozy on just like the flavor of alcohol. I mean, it's 11% all day, but it definitely intensified the alcohol notes on the palate. I think I'm around the same place where I scored the beer. I'm gonna go with I'll go with a 90, 94. Mine worked. It was good. You'd have to be acclimated to do this. I wouldn't say you don't drink craft beer and you're not into, I guess, artisan cheese or whatever. But if you've done it a few times, I think this wouldn't be a bad route to go with the Asiago. Like I said, it's very, very pungent and to the point cheese, and the beer is very much similar in an opposite way. So, yeah, not too shabby. I'm content. I'm going to put the cheese away so I stop eating it.
Cool, man. I'm glad that worked. Awesome.
I don't need to eat all that. I'll be in trouble.
I'm glad I didn't cut up all my cheese.
Yeah.
Put most of it back in the package. I'll see if
mine's in the cooler.
What you didn't feed to the dog?
what I didn't feed to the dogs.
Yeah.
Well, that was the stuff I had cut up. I just cut off not much of it. Yeah, I'll put this in the fridge though. If
Wow.
stepson wants it, if he enjoys it, God bless him. My dog.
God damn! What did you get in this fridge?
I'm gonna. I don't know how to really do this one because I got my own personal thoughts on it. I mean, obviously, I don't like eating vomit. Some people out there that do, but I do have to say. I mean, I liked Asiago because that was the reason why when I first brought the Asiago cheese way back when it wasn't like one of these recommended cheeses that we all bring. I brought it based off the fact that I enjoyed it on the Wendy's chicken Asiago sandwich.
Damn Skippy.
That was like, oh wow, Asiago's awesome. And then I had it by itself, and I said, no, Asiago is not awesome. But it's a cooking cheese, I think, for the most part. It's not really one that you really just sit here and just nibble on. At least not for me. So that's where I'm kind of like crossed, because it's like I really like it. It adds it's got that weird funk stuff going on for it that adds two things, but it has to have like a combined other flavors that kind of knock down some of the not so pleasant attributes of it. So I think it's a great cooking cheese, and I think Asiago as a cheese itself, for what it's supposed to be, it's full of flavors and funk and aromas that are weird, and it's probably in there in the 90s anyways, as far as a great cheese that you can cook with this, especially my flavor score. The way that I just feel about this cheese, though, personally, just eating it, I'm probably around, I'm like in the 60. I'd give it like a 64 out of 100. I really don't enjoy it, just eating it by itself. Okay, on the high notes, the beer, the Saison from Coast Brewing Company, lovely Saison. This, as I've been drinking on it, I started actually thinking this has a lot of similar flavors to my favorite Saison I've ever had, which was from Hill Farmstead. And this is just one of those Saisons that has that funk. It has that horse blanket. That's the stuff like I really like, that I like to look for in a quality of Saison. Because you have some Saisons that they don't get too funky. They're just, it's brewed for the season. You use local ingredients, so sometimes they're not funky. It's usually wild yeast that they ferment it with. So you would hope for a little bit of funk, but it doesn't always happen that way, because if you're doing wild yeast, you don't know exactly what's going to inoculate your beer. But this one definitely does it. It's a wonderful smelling beer. Lots of aromas, plenty of flavors, nice, dry, crisp, and somewhat refreshing. This one was brewed for the springtime, so drinking it quite late, but it's held on to its wonderful flavors and everything. I'm at a 99 out of 100 on this Saison.
Wow, man. Awesome.
Not like I said, the Hill Farmstead Saison is my favorite Saison I've ever had. I don't even know the name of it. I actually have a video coming up tomorrow. It's a Saison. I didn't do that on purpose. It just happens to be the way that I had drank and edited the videos. But I have a Saison coming out tomorrow as well. So obviously, this is my first time drinking this Saison. So anything I've said in that video does not include this Saison. But I would say that the pairing, I think they do pair very well together, because they're both very strong. But I mean, you guys seem to kind of enjoy the Asiago cheese more than I do, just eating it like this. So I think you guys would have like kind of enjoyed the way that this beer worked with the Asiago cheese. There, it's just the flavors they're pretty strong in all aspects. The cheese is a bit stronger. It does have that lingering effect over the beer, but you kind of had a slight blend. Like I said, it to me, it kind of tasted like horse blanket that got vomited on. So, yeah, nice pairing. Works well. Cheers.
Cheers, man. Thank you. Right on. That oh man, I got gas. I had burps. No, that sounded good, dude. I love, dude. Saison would be so good with this. And the miscellaneous. Look at this, man. Show this real quick, man. Bring this up. I want to see
that's your
cheese.
maggot cheese or whatever it is.
Yeah, dude. This is the Mimolette, the French cheese.
Nice.
This shit right here is banging with this.
Oh, good. Awesome. So yeah, this cheese was good. You know, it wasn't bad. I liked it. I like funky cheeses though. You know, I really like funky cheeses. I like blue cheese. That's a funky one. I like brie. I love brie, love blue cheese, love Stilton's, love the
Roquefort.
just love them. Yeah, they're good. The veiny blue, and I just love the craziness of them. I've had some cheeses that are terrible though, crazy, where you're like, that one that Bumpy did. I've had that before 2 weeks back or whatever. That one was definitely, I couldn't even do it. I don't even know how you stomach this sort of, but this I'll give this cheese like a 90. Yeah, I don't know if I should copy, but I mean it is really in the same range, I think, in my opinion. I'll go a 94 though. I did kind of enjoy this cheese. I know Miscellaneous did a 92, so I'm gonna do a 94. I did think it was pretty good, and it would go really well on a Caesar with some like tuna, sardines, something fishy. Just I don't know. It's a good cheese. It's robust. It's thick. It's rich. It's got a lot of stuff in it. When you chew on it, it's so wow. But even in the smell, the beer, even looking it up on just kind of getting a rough looking at a brown ale again at BJCP. I wanted to get my mind wrapped around it, and it seems to fit the part. It's a very simple beer. It's a drinkable, sessionable, somewhat beer. I mean, it's only, what did I say? It's only 5.5, so it's definitely a crushable beer. Something to put back fast, and it worked really well with the cheese, the funkiness of it. Cheese before beer though, for sure. And it just kind of, I don't know, it just rang well with it. The beer though, we're on the beer. Sorry, not the pairing. The beer was a definite. I'll give this like a 9.2. I think it's A range quality for a brown ale, for a lighter brown ale. I've been having some imperial browns lately, so I got to get used to these lighter crushable ones. But yeah, not bad. 9.2, and together, with the beer, with the cheese before the beer. Is that how I said it? I would say that the blend was very nice. It was very thirst quenching, with the beer kind of taking out the acidity and the saltiness and the weird funk, leaving some of the beer flavor as well. Just kind of seemed to kind of meld well. So I'm going to give it a 95 out of 100. I think it's something that you should try with a lighter brown or even an imperial status brown, something on that level. Just see what it's like. Don't go adjunct friendly though. See if you go on more on the, stay away from the adjuncts and just go a straight imperial brown. Even a sour brown, an oud bruin or something like that would be really nice and interesting with this. Yeah. So I think that'd be good. So yeah, man. Let's get us up on this. Let's get up on this. And who did I have? I have whiskey first. And this is right.
We're all in order.
We're good. Whiskey, go ahead and shout yourself out, brother. All right.
Well, used to be more involved in my channel. My channels haven't done anything in a long time, and I keep saying I'm going to. I did buy an editing program a couple of weeks ago, but then I went out on I had to go to work. So I was gone for about a week, a little over a week. So hopefully I get off my dead ass and get it, put it into the computer and shoot a few videos, because I do want to get back to shoot some videos. I bought a Boulder, it's a bonded bourbon whiskey. You can't call it a Kentucky bourbon whiskey because it's from Boulder, Colorado, so it's just a bonded bourbon whiskey, but it is a bonded whiskey, and I'm looking forward to trying that. I haven't tried that yet. I did buy, what was that? Tequila liqueur, Agavio, something like it. Comes in a pretty little bottle, a pretty little round bottle. And I'm going to probably, if I'm around Friday, I'll be doing it on the liqueur on Ron's channel. That stuff is good. I've already drank half a bottle. And that's only 2. If I'm drinking a half a bottle of something, it's pretty damn good shit.
Right.
I mean, it's It's super sweet in some ways. It's not sickly sweet, but it is very sweet. It's got Damiano flower in it, and it's got a couple of different tequilas. It's only 32% ABV, but it works. I mean, they talked about mixing it. No, don't just straight out of the bottle, but you don't have to do anything else. It doesn't have that tequila bite, but it has that. The floral's not a. I know this isn't a review on it, but you're getting one anyway. The floral on it is not like a real flowery floral taste. It's not floral as in a spice or a herbal style floral either. It's just kind of between the. So this is not overriding on the florals, but what really shines on it is the tequila and the vegetative note in tequila really works well with it. So
Awesome.
Anyway, but I'll save that Friday for Ron's channel.
I love tequila, dude.
Well,
tequila so much.
It's ridiculously good for what it is. So
Nice.
I
Awesome,
haven't
man.
seen it for a long time. I've been scared to take it because liqueurs are kind of be sometimes not very good. They're just sweetness is good.
Mhm.
It works.
Sweetness can get a little. Cloying, you know, like you're like it's too much, dude. Yeah.
So that's what I got going on. I need to plug my computer in. It's starting to flash.
Awesome, man. Right on. Thanks, Whiskey.
Thank you.
Yep.
Cheerio.
Miscellaneous.
All right. So yeah, Thursday is going to be another Thursday night beer session on my channel at 8:00. Probably show up with 3 to 4 new products depending on ABV. Run that, just a general review show. So yeah,
Nice.
I have no idea what Food Friday is.
Wild card.
There we go.
Is it wild card? Yeah.
At Alex, the Beer Masters Food Friday is going to be wild card. Bring anything. The wackier, the better. Surprise him. And Stout Sundays with John and Ellie, if he's going to keep doing that. I don't know. I heard he was getting forced into a early retirement. So should be up at 10:30 Eastern on the John and Ellie channel.
If not, it'll probably be on Ron Terrio's channel. Same time.
Okay.
Oh, let's show that
There you
one
go.
more time. There we go.
That's what I was talking about. It's called Agavera.
Nice. All right,
It is
dude.
good stuff.
Look at that bottle. Dang. That's pretty
Wow, that's a
cool.
pretty bottle.
Nice. Yeah. How much does that set you back?
I think it was $32.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Hey, you know, you got to pay some money for some quality, man. Is that the real agave? Like blue agave? Or is
Yeah, it's made with it says right here, made with 100% blue agave tequila, blended with natural Damiana flowers.
Nice.
And they add caramel. It says added caramel to it, but there's also, they've added some sugar to it. You can taste the sweetness in it.
Nice, dude.
But,
Right on.
Yeah.
I would like that. Liquor's so dangerous, did it for me. I'll start blacking out real quick. All right. Bumpy. Thanks, Miscellaneous. Bumpy, man. What you got?
All right. Well, we got, as I mentioned earlier, talking about the Saison. I got my 50-point inspection videos. I put them on Wednesdays and Fridays. So tomorrow is a Saison from Saco River Brewing Company. They're out of Maine, anyways. Not out of Saco. It's another part of Maine. Yeah, I'm sure I say it in the video. I don't know. I think I do. I usually try to say where the brewery is located if it's listed on the can. Then I have the new Brew. This is my new Monday night live show. So it'll be episode 3 coming up next Monday. Starts 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My channel, Bumpy Road Brewery, and it's a different way of going about showing off beer without being a complete 100% tasting aroma type live stream. It's a little bit more of everybody just kind of talking for the most part, but I'll have some different questions. Try to keep it interesting with my questions. I don't plan them ahead of time. I have one planned because I thought of it last night. That I'll do. So
Remember to bring your pen and
remember
paper.
to bring your writing utensil, I should say, and some type of something to write on.
Yeah.
For one question. But other than that, I'm a gin guy. Whiskey Scout.
Oh, I like gin too.
Ryan Reynolds did not pay me for this advertisement.
Oh, damn.
I do
Aviation.
have
Yeah.
Aviation American gin. I bought it on sale. It was $39 for this nice. What is it? 1.75 liter. This is 42% ABV. I've yet to open it, so I'm going to go ahead and open it now. I'll give it a little smell and taste. Let you know how smooth it is.
Just run your fingernail and just leave the things.
I was just going to.
There you
There you
go.
go. Get into it.
All right, this is my
That's
first
how
ever.
you do it.
I
It's
have
a
not
twist.
had a twist off cap ever.
Wow.
That's kind of cheap, Ryan Reynolds.
That's some cheap liquor. Right
That
there.
is
Oh,
super cheap.
that's overblown.
I know.
No, they gotta come in corks like this one.
The corks are
Cork, yeah.
sketchy, man. The corks, if they get dry and shit, they break up.
Well,
Is
not
that
even
botanist?
Glenfiddich has a cork, and Glenfiddich is
Oh,
pretty good.
all right.
That's the botanist. That's good stuff.
Yeah. So I got the
Yes,
bottom.
that's
This,
very
this
good
is
stuff.
this is $80.
You see how much is left.
Yes. And
So
it's worth every bit of that $80.
yeah, let me just try this stuff. What I'm liking about the way that this bottle is made, it kind of looks like is it like a radiator or
Get the big
something?
old horn
Like a
off
plane
that.
or something? I don't know.
That thing's
Yeah.
huger than you,
But
dude.
it's easy to grab. That's the thing. It's such a big.
Is that a 175?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like a
So the way that
giant
they did it,
glass.
you can
That's
grab
what
it
that is.
more. So that's nice.
Wow.
So we just pour a little bit.
just chug out of the
Screw
bottle.
my cap back on.
All the way.
Airtight.
Don't strip it.
Oh yeah. No strippers.
You'll just have to drink it off. You strip it out.
Fucking come out.
Yeah,
There's like
it's got the
saran wrap
juniper.
with a
You got the
rubber band.
juniper. There's definitely a little bit of pine in there. There's some lemon aromas. You get it's drinking it straight. It smells boozy. This does smell like it would make a great dirty martini, though.
Oh man, hey, I kind of like those.
Getting the juniper.
Yeah, oh yeah, the juniper's right up front. It's not like pine sol though.
Dry.
Some of them, the lower ones you get, like they smell like floor cleaner. This doesn't smell like that. It's just got like this nice kind of pine.
I've never had.
And the lemon note comes through nicely. I'm not sure what other spices because different gins use different spices, botanicals throughout the world. A lot of them come from China, I think.
Damn
China,
it! Why?
China has a lot of
You don't say.
items that end up in gin. But let's take a little swig here.
All for you, Bumpy.
Now, that is a gin you can shoot. You can do shots with this. It's not too hot. 42% ABV. It's got a nice. It almost has a little bit of like a peppermint thing going for it. It's like pine. Yeah. It's like pine, lemon, and I get this kind of like almost peppermint type note.
Peppermint. Wow.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Pretty good gin.
Wow.
And
Cool,
cheaper
man.
than the botanist.
Yeah, botanist is good though. If you like botanist,
30 for that bottle though. That's
what was there was another Scott. I'll go find it.
What does the botanist cost? Is that a little
It was like
more?
$80 for the bottle.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
Jeez. All right.
It's a top.
That would last forever in my house. Only holidays. Okay. Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks, Bumpy. Yeah. So, beer and cheese will just be a normal one next week. So just bring whatever you'd like. Do your research or not. I don't care. Do what you want. and just show up with some beer and cheese as always. 8 o'clock Eastern. For those that don't know, out there. This is also retweeted to Twitter and Facebook, so anyone that's listening over there, check that out as well. Yeah, 8 o'clock Eastern, Tuesday next week. Wednesday, tomorrow will be our first one, which is a porter. So it's porter month for December, and I drank mine, so I need to go find one tomorrow. But so I'll be on the hunt for that, and it won't be hard. I can actually find, if I have to go to Deschutes, I will.
The
But,
porter was the last thing I picked up today.
Oh.
I'm walking around that beer store, and I'm like walking by the porters. I'm looking at them.
I got some bitter.
Let me see if I
got
can
one
find
in
it.
this.
It is porter, right? It's not brown. Yeah, porter.
Yeah, I like your
porter.
style. It's the porter.
It's porter, yeah. I have a bad memory. Bad memory. You
It
guys
was anticlimactic. I remember he said, "We're going from stouts to
more
porters."
darks. We're going lighter. A little
that.
lighter. Yeah, but porter's there. First one tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. Early one starts today. Actually, yeah, it's how many days are in? I'm not even.
No, tomorrow's the first.
So
How many days are in
the 1st of December. That actually worked perfect.
Stops after the 25th. It just ends.
It just ends. No more 31st or anything like that. Yeah. No, but just brewed a smoked porter. Nice, dude. Well, if you have that ready before the end of December, bring that up, Paul, man. Love to have you there. And then I was thinking
popping
about
that Quebec yeast.
Yeah, put some Quebec in a porter. But I wasn't going to show this. There's the botanist. But this is what I'm going to say. This is going to embarrass me a little bit, but this is what I had to do on the brewery today. I had to pull some wire today to put my Ethernet wire into my brewery because I'm trying to put hardwire to some Cat 6 cable so I can get some fast connection. But this is what it looked like. I had to go through my wall to pull the wire through.
I thought you had garlic hanging there.
No. It was all to pull the thing through because I hit blocks. So I was all fart. And I had to, drill holes and all this stuff. But we're getting there, man. I had to get the technology out of the way. So I'm not on Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi would suck out there. Oh, man. It's strong, but it would suck. It sucks in here. I have to have it wired. You get a lot of rad stuff happening. But anyway, that's it for me. Just look out for videos too. That's it. So let's hey, thanks to the chat, thanks to the panel. Thank you guys, man. Whisky Scout hasn't been here in a while. I appreciate you being up here, brother. I appreciate that. Appreciate you too as well so much. Thank you very much for your support and for being here. Thank you to the chat as well. And anyone else that's listening thus.
It's always good to see you feeling better, man.
Yep, it sure is.
It's good to be better. Trust me.
For anyone to feel better too off something like that. Jeez, it's terrible. We have my aunt-in-law is actually at 100 pounds right now and probably not going to make it. She just got off of COVID, out of the hospital, and lost a lot of weight. She's 76 years old, but it's just, that's a shitty thing, man. So I guess take to it as you will. And I'm not going to get political or anything, but take to it as you will. Just be safe around people. That's all I ask. If you can try. But all right. So let's go ahead and end this. And bye for now. We'll see you next week.